So we were discussing about the innovative business models. We have already seen ecotourism in the earlier lecture. Ecotourism is also called as responsible tourism or sustainable tourism, where the tourists are not going to create any danger, or the tourists are like it is minimalizing the harmful effect of the tourism activity. Then after that we had seen the all these principles and all. Then green marketing we had seen. Now today we are going to discuss about organic farming. Organic farming is also a term which is not new, which you might all have heard about it. So organic farming क्या होता है? It is again a type of farming system which used to be followed so many years back. Like traditionally the farmers all used to follow this organic farming system. But then what happened, as and when the demand for agricultural products increased, these people started shifting towards using of pesticides, harmful chemicals and all. So nowadays we can see that there is a trend towards coming back to the traditional system of farming or organic farming. So organic farming system, it is a method of farming system which primarily aims at cultivating the land and raising crops in such a way to keep the soil alive and in good health by use of organic waste and other biological materials with beneficial microbes to release the nutrients to the crops for increased sustainable production, and that too in an eco-friendly, pollution-free environment. So basically we can say that organic farming is a method of farming system where harmful chemicals, pesticides and all are not used. Instead, there is use of organic resources. Like here you can see the names over here, some examples over here: crops, animal waste, farm waste, aquatic waste, then biofertilizers, etc., which is helping to cultivate the products in a more sustainable method. So one definition is given here. That is definition given by United States Department of Agriculture. That is, organic farming is a system which avoids or largely excludes the use of synthetic inputs such as fertilizers, pesticides, hormones, feed additives, etc., and maximum extent rely or feasibly rely upon crop rotations, crop residue, animal manures, off-farm or organic waste, mineral grade rock additives, biological system for nutrient mobilization and plant protection. Yes, cow dung is one of the, what Mehak has written over here. Cow dung is one of the very commonly used fertilizer. You can see in the villages and all how that cow dung is used as fertilizer. Quite what you can say, naturally available fertilizer we can say, and it does not create any harm to the people when the people are consuming those agricultural products. Otherwise, now what happens is that most of the agricultural products are all, it is said to be very much toxic in nature, poisonous in nature, because many places they are spraying harmful pesticides, chemicals and all in order to increase the shelf life of the products. Shelf life means in order to increase the life of the plants and the fruits, vegetables and all, they are spraying these toxic substances. So वो सारी चीजें avoid करके going towards the traditional method, traditional way, which was used by our forefathers, ancestors and all, where no synthetic inputs will be used. Synthetic means these fertilizers, harmful chemicals, hormones and all will not be used, and relying upon the natural methods. Now here you can see these are some of the way of doing that. Organic farming using vermicompost. Vermicompost we had seen. Vermicompost में क्या होता है? The waste from the kitchen and all are accumulated in that. Particular type of earthworms are kept, and these earthworms will be multiplying, eating the waste materials, and whatever leftover sludge is now available, that is a very good source of organic manure. Okay. Then green leaf manures are there. You might have seen mulching and all in many parts of the your, when you go to your native village areas and all, you might have seen that. Then crop rotation, not always depending on one crop. Instead, 1 year or one season you're planting this crop, next season you're planting another crop. That also helps to increase the fertility of the soil. Then using manures which are biologically available, biofertilizers and animal husbandry. Animal husbandry क्या होता है, रेसिंग ऑफ गोट्स, काउज एंड ऑल, कैटल्स एंड ऑल. तो ये जो वेस्ट जो मिलते हैं इसमें से, दैट कैन बी converted into manures and fertilizers. So in simple words, organic farming is a process in which a farmer is not using pesticides and genetically modified organisms along with fertilizers plus antibiotics to grow his vegetables and fruits. The main aim of this is to produce environment and human friendly agro ecosystem which can benefit the health of human beings and earth also in general. Now, at the same time, other purposes will also include soil degradation kam ho jayenge. Fertility of the soil will be good. Yes, crop rotation means using the same land but different crops. Crop ko rotate karte hain. Kabhi in one season they will be growing vegetables, in another season some other type of vegetables. That is crop rotation. Crops ko rotate karte hain but same soil use karenge. Okay. Then see this benefit. See the benefits over here. It will reduce soil degradation. Means quality of the soil अच्छे से रहेंगे. It will continue to be fertile when we are using the natural methods, है ना? Then maintain soil fertility, promoting the health of livestock, animals. Livestock here means cattle and other animals. Maintain vital qualities of the product. And this is a viable and profitable alternative farming, but with many challenges as well. There are so many challenges. It is very considered to be very costly affair. Okay, we will discuss about that. Now, in many parts of the Kerala, nowadays things are changing. Earlier also to an extent, even now, Kerala is basically a consumer state. Consumer state means they hardly produce anything. They all bring things from outside. Rice plantations and all are there, but still many times they have to depend on the rice from Andhra, Tamil Nadu and all. Same way, vegetables, fruits and all also used to come from Tamil Nadu borders and all. So there was a study which shows that there used to be two types of plantation over there. Okay, in farming. One, it was reported by a reporter, journalist, when he had visited over there. One type of farming will be using only these natural methods. And the other type of farming, what they told is that this is supposed to be sent to the nearby states. For that, in order to increase the shelf life, they were spraying harmful toxic pesticides, chemicals and all into that. So just imagine, it all will create cancer in the long time. Not only cancer, it all will create many other diseases in the long time. So why this organic farming is required? It is required definitely because population, increase in population, we have to try to go for stabilizing agricultural production, that too in a sustainable manner. Then we can say that green revolution was there. Green revolution was introduced in our country by Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. According to him, he has his ideas, actually his inputs had actually helped in increasing the production of agricultural products many-fold. Like many steps were introduced by him, like more irrigation facilities, then usage of fertilizers and all. But it was good for the initial period. Later on, what happened, we can say that the quality of the soil was decreasing. So there is a need for world food production also to increase, but at the same time, we should avoid toxic pesticides and all. So nowadays, world is more realizing about this organic farming, but what happens is that it becomes quite expensive. When we have to switch to organic farming products, you can only see in the market and all fruits and all which have been produced organically. That will be, of course, for health benefits, it will be quite good, but it may be very much more costlier than the regular apples and regular fruits and all. So what are the general principles of organic production? Long-term fertility of the soil by encouraging soil activity. Then reduced mechanical intervention, we can say. Reduced mechanization, reduce using the machines, protecting the environment, minimizing soil degradation, decrease the pollution as well. Sound state of health for human beings as well as the earth. Then long-term soil fertility also can be maintained. Then nitrogen self-sufficiency. Yes, Mehak, organic products are normally considered to be expensive than the normal one, because many times what happens is that farmers, where they will produce these organic products, but they will have to put a lot of effort in this. When they are putting a lot of efforts, naturally the price of the product, they will have to increase, and there will also be middlemen in between. Everywhere middlemen will be there. And ultimately, when it comes to the final customers, we can see that most of the products, the price will be a little bit higher. Okay, because they have to, these things may not be easily available nowadays, natural manuals and all, they have to arrange for it, and it becomes little more expensive than the regular ones. But long time, we can say that when we think about our health, for long term benefits, we can say that it is good to use organic products. Okay, then nitrogen self sufficiency can be increased. Nitrogen use of legumes क्या होता है? Legumes are this dal items, we can say. Different types of dal is there, no? Like tur dal, then so many different types are there. So when we are growing these type of dal items and all, that will help in creating nitrogen in the land. That is very much useful for improving the soil fertility. Then it also helps to maintain biological diversity in the system. Recycle materials provide attentive care for the people and also to the livestock. Preparing organic products, then that too in all stages of production, what happens, the quality of the product will be maintained. Then weed क्या होता है? Weeds, unwanted plants जो ऐसे देखा होगा आप लोग ने, when you during farming and all, unwanted plants जो grow होते हैं, that is weeds. This will, what weeds का क्या होता है? Weeds will take away all the water and all the nutrients in the soil, and the actual real plants will hardly get anything. So weeds should be removed. Diseases and pest control, all these things should be very much taken into attention. Natural predators, then only by having a careful intervention, we can go along with organic farming. Methods, you can see, instead of chemicals, as we have seen, lot of organic matter is used. For example, nitrogen. Nitrogen is used. Nitrogen, clover करके एक plant है. For that, nitrogen is it is containing lots of nitrogen. And just now I told you legumes like dals and such type of plants and all, that will naturally have so much of nitrogen creating capacity, and the farmers can use these products to make the soil better. Same way, manure from animals, waste from animals, then crop rotation, as I told you. Chemical pesticides, what happens is that they may kill the animals, small animals also in that area, so that also becomes difficult. Then organic farming also creates new living areas for wasps, bugs and all. Then weeds should be controlled using special machines. Then many products can be produced in an organic way. Even meat products, dairy products, and even eggs can be produced in an organic way. How? By feeding them organic foods and grazing them outdoors. And they should not be scientifically created. Like they should be allowed to live in conditions which are natural. Cows and other cattle. Even vegetables and fruits also, everything can be produced using this organic methods. Like when we hear about meat products and all, you people might be using, like even in markets and all, you might have seen a boiler chicken and all. What happened? What is the thing? Many times hormones are injected into these chickens and all, and the size is, the quantity is increased. So these are, we don't even know what all things they are actually injecting into these products. So all these are actually harmful to the health. So advantages, you can see same thing repeating. To one extent they are saying that since the farmers don't have to buy these chemicals and fertilizers, the cost can be reduced. Then healthier farm workers, helps to save energy, can slow down global warming, fewer residues in food because all these are healthy food. More animals and plants can live together in the same place. At the same time, yes, even pollution can be stopped, because pollution of groundwaters can be stopped because pesticides and chemicals are not being used. Disadvantages क्या होता है? The cost will be, you can see over here, cost up to 40% more, because इनको इतना जगह भी नहीं मिलता है, healthy soil भी नहीं मिलते हैं ताकि वो farming करे. Then even they need more workers over here. Marketing and distribution is not so efficient. Even many times food illness may happen more often because the people generation now are not used to eating organic farm products. Then same way, we cannot always take organic farming as an alternative, क्योंकि इतना ज्यादा नहीं बना सकते ताकि world's entire population can survive. So there are challenges like this, and it is just an alternative method. We cannot fully be dependent on organic farming because there are so many other challenges as well. We need a good quality soil, उसके लिए बहुत बड़ा जगह भी चाहिए, And along with that, yes, that is also another disadvantage. That is what is mentioned over here. Not everybody can go for organic farming, because since it's costlier, maybe we can say that only the rich people can afford it. Okay, so this is organic farming. Then another innovative business model is eco-friendly packaging. Packaging means wrapping, anything which is used to cover, isn't it? Cover, like it could be cover, protect, handle, deliver goods and all. Different materials are used for packaging. Glass is used, containers are used, then plastic is used, isn't it? Drums are used. So many different types of packing materials are there. Now, waste of packaging is commonly found throughout the country. है ना? अपने घर पे ही देखो कितने सारे पैकेजिंग वेस्ट रहते होंगे. कवर which is coming from the supermarket, shops, even gift wrappers, hotels, hospitals, medicine covers, रेस्टोरेंट के जो डब्बा रहते हैं, अपने घर पे कितने सारे वेस्ट होते हैं. पैकेजिंग इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर प्रोटेक्टिंग. इट इज नॉट ओनली फॉर प्रोटेक्टिंग फ्रेजाइल प्रोडक्ट. फ्रेजाइल प्रोडक्ट क्या होता है? वीक, मतलब वो जो ऐसे टाइप ऑफ प्रोडक्ट जो लीकेज. पैकेजिंग इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर एवरी टाइप ऑफ प्रोडक्ट बिकॉज it will protect the product from dust, humidity, temperature. It also will give a appeal to the product. Appeal means when we see, just imagine chocolates वगैरह ऐसे ही खोल के शॉप में रखेंगे या कवर करके रखेंगे. So it will give an appeal also to the eyes of the customer. Apart from that, information regarding the product also can be mentioned in the packaging. क्या क्या information होगा? Information regarding the ingredients in the product. If it is an eatable product, ingredients रहते हैं, manufacturing date रहते हैं, expiry date रहते हैं, और कहाँ से manufacture करते हैं. फिर वो भी देखा होगा आप लोगों ने आजकल जो दिखते हैं वेज नॉन वेज का, वो जो ग्रीन कलर एंड रेड कलर जो रहता है, वो सारे वो भी दिखते हैं. So packaging is actually helping in protecting, not only protecting the product, of course protection is there, other than that many other benefits are also there. Okay, but how, what is this eco-friendly packaging? As I told, a number of packing materials are there. Different methods are used over here. Now, many times we can see that packing materials is one source of waste generation, especially plastic packing materials. And some of these plastic materials can be very much harmful to the environment. And we can always say that this is very much increased now. Packaging actually has increased a lot now, but what can be undertaken in order to create it in a better way? How can we implement eco-friendly packaging? It is always not possible every time, but still how it can be done. So green packaging or sustainable packaging, eco-friendly packaging are all same only. They are all some names to packaging which has been manufactured with consideration towards the environment. And many companies are now coming forward in order to reduce the packaging. ये सारे पैकेजिंग कहाँ जमा होता है? इधर वो लैंडफिल्स में जमा होते हैं या फिर वो अपने को वो बर्न करना पड़ता है. Whatever the method is used, it is all affecting the environment. So many companies have now come forward for going for biodegradable packaging. Like I told you that the bamboo packaging. Bamboos are used for making packaging materials. Bamboos are used as straw for drinking juice and all. So good options are coming. Other than plastic, what else can be used? That is a point to be noted. Then it will become, definitely it will become eco-friendly packaging. Now some points which are to be noted over here. It should be tough. Tough in the sense, हम लोग प्लास्टिक क्यों यूज करते हैं? क्योंकि प्लास्टिक कैन बी मोल्डेड, it can be available in any shape, any size, any color. It is actually very convenient, but at the same time it is one of the most polluting thing also in the world. So वैसे चीजें होना चाहिए ताकि अपने लिए it becomes a substitute for plastic. So toughness होना चाहिए. Toughness means which can carry even goods which are bulky. Light भी होना चाहिए at the same time. ताकि light क्यों होना चाहिए? ताकि ट्रांसपोर्टेशन या डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के टाइम वो इजी हो जाते हैं. देन रिन्यूएबल भी होना चाहिए, रिसाइक्लेबल भी होना चाहिए. देन processing easy, it should be easily processable so that different shape and size it can be available. Some of the types, biodegradable plastics are now available, which is made from natural resources These are known as bioplastics, which is easy compared to the normal plastics. It is easy to decompose. Then there is recycled packaging, where we can say that it is used again and again. We can say cardboards it can be recycled, even glass, steel and all can be recycled, and certain types of plastics also can be recycled. Then natural packaging, as I told you, bamboo का जो मैंने बताया, same way coconut husk, coconut के जो वो बाहर के जो रहते हैं, that is also can be, it is used as an alternative material for packaging. Husk is very strong and it is very convenient. The thing is they should mold it and reshape it in that proper method. Then all these things actually help in reducing the environmental footprint. There was a story recently in social media that was about a person, again, that person had a family shop, okay, and this person, he was quite educated, and he was taking over, youngster, he was taking over this family shop, but he did it in a innovative way. उन्होंने क्या किया कि he tried to avoid all different types of plastic. Let me look for that article, for that video. I'll share it in the group. He wanted to avoid all sorts of plastic, and what he did was, you bring containers to the shop. You bring your own containers and you can take the goods and go away. That is one very innovative method of trying to avoid the plastic content. Okay. Then waste management, I'll just quickly read it because already we have seen what is waste management. It is all again emphasizing on reduce, reuse, recycle and all. Reducing the generation of the waste. Reuse any item which can be reused, or even if you cannot reuse it, you give it to someone else for charity. There is a NGO known as Goonj. I don't know how many of you have heard about it. Goonj. They used to have the system for recycling or reusing the items which no longer we are using it. Recycle those things. Then always we have to see this part. Prevention, minimization, reuse, recycling, energy recovery, landfill. Landfill क्या होता है? This is already come. All these things came earlier when we were discussing about waste management. What is landfill? Landfill is where we are decomposing all the waste, and it is getting, either it will be burnt over there or it will be dumped somewhere else. Okay. Now some other topics are here is about green business and green consumption. When we talk about the word green itself, it's clear that it is related to eco-friendly products or something which is eco-friendly business policies, practices and all. Green business is an enterprise which has no negative impact on the global or local environment, community or society. But it is quite difficult also to have a business in that way. But nowadays, more and more companies are at least becoming aware that such activities should be undertaken which does not have a negative impact on the world. So there are, again, they will be having principles of sustainability into their business decisions. Like they can take one example I'll tell you, where they can go for paperless office. Because through internet almost all the works are happening, isn't it? Which work is not happening without internet, which work is not happening by using internet? So go for a paperless office. That can be one principle of sustainability. Then providing environment friendly products or services that can replace. Then go for greener traditional practices, have an enduring commitment to environmental principles. So green business is any organization that participates in an eco-friendly manner or environment-friendly manner in the process of production or any kind of activity, production, process, products, manufacturing activities, whatever it is. At the same time, they will be working for their profit only. At the same time, they will be addressing the environmental aspects as well. So rightly it is said that meeting the present needs of the present world without compromising the ability of the future generations also to enjoy or to meet their own needs. How this can be achieved? Building greener buildings. Many parts of the world, buildings जब भी बनाते हैं, it's very common in many foreign countries. Vertical buildings रहते हैं, जब भी buildings बनाते हैं, बीच में छोटे-छोटे plants को plan करते हैं. So going for greener buildings means it is for a longer time, longer period, long run, it is very much easy, and using building materials which are not that much pollutive. Going for products which are not that much, sorry, materials which are not that much polluting the environment. Then open green practices where they can make the customers aware about what is eco-friendly and what is not eco-friendly, and have a mutual understanding, go for those green practices which will help the environment. Government policy, government also can encourage green business by providing benefits, tax benefits, subsidies, and also that more and more people can encourage to go green. More and more companies can go green. Then another topic here is consumerism, green consumerism. Green consumerism, consumer means we people. What can we as an individual do for protecting the environment? It is the practice of using environment friendly products. We are using it, isn't it? That do not cause risk for human health, do not threaten the function of diversity of natural systems. So here, when we try to avoid plastics, one way we are also being a responsible individual. Like regularly, when we try to use those products which are only environment friendly, which is not going to create any damage to the human health or not even to the world, that is all part of green consumerism. So it refers to recycling, purchasing, using eco-friendly products. Even we can say, how can we can even say electronic, is make example there, electronic appliances. Electronic appliances are also like it creates so many uses so much of electricity. How can we help in that? We can go for electronic equipments which are star rated. Higher the star, more will be the energy efficiency. Same way, any other product also we can say which we feel that is not creating harmfulness to the environment, like using green products, recycling materials, efficient use of energy, shifting towards LED bulbs, switching off all the switches when not in use, switching off all the electronic equipments when not in use. These are all things which we can do from our side. Many organizations are also there for this, helping in this particular initiative and all. So eco-friendly here or green consumerism, some more examples are given here. We will go through that. Products which are free from like phosphorus free, degradable plastics, like certain things which can effectively cut down the pollution. Products can be recovered or recycled. Products that can enhance the efficiency of resources, like as I told you, Energy Star appliances. Using products which are naturally grown. Then even to an extent we can try to create awareness among the consumers, but it is all ultimately it is all an individual's choice whether which type of product they should use and all. But ultimately we can say that the aim of green consumerism is to achieve sustainable consumption on the earth, but it cannot happen alone. We need the active role of government, industry, NGOs, and general public. Government should provide that atmosphere for making this possible. Industries and business should take initiatives for making such products. NGOs can help in creating awareness about such products, and general public should try to purchase those products which are eco-friendly. So this is about green business and green consumerism.